Episode 4 of No Gain, No Love starts with a flashback to Jae-yeon's school days. She and Haejun are in the same year and find themselves punished together. They then see Haeyoung enter the school, sporting punk clothes and red hair. She's here as Jae-young's guardian since her mother is sick. The teacher, who had taught Haeyoung too, says that Jae-young should focus on studying instead of writing stories. While Haeyoung makes it clear that they aren't real siblings, she also says that Jae-young could become a bestseller in the future. Back in the present, Haejun and Jae-young catch up at a restaurant. He asks to read her writings, but Jae-young is reluctant to share them, for obvious reasons. Before she can explain, Haejun gets a text from Go Hyung and has to go, although he leaves his card with her. Meanwhile, Haeyoung and Jiuk have accepted that they have to stay the night at the hotel. When she realises Jiuk hasn't been to a hotel before, she presumptuously asks if he wants tips for when he spends a real night in a hotel with someone. Jiuk asks whether the kiss wasn't enough. A flashback to the wedding shows that the bride and groom are asked to kiss despite Haeyoung asking for it to be left out. Just as they are about to kiss, Haeyoung's mother's dementia acts up and she says she has to go home and meet her son. Haeyoung uses the distraction to wrap things up. In the present, Jiuk pushes her down on the bed and says he has plenty of experience. Oh my. Haeyoung doesn't bat an eyelid and pulls him closer before pushing him away and telling him to go shower. Once he's gone, we see how flustered she is actually feeling. Elsewhere, Go Hyung is still reeling from Jae-young's novel, which he reads under the pen name Yeon Bo Ra, so much so that he's in the hospital with an IV drip. He shows Haejun the novel as well, revealing that his mother was the one reading the book. Back at the hotel room, Haeyoung and Jiuk are counting the cash. When Haeyoung says she doesn't trust him to count the cash alone, he seems offended. She says she doesn't know anything about his personal life, and he opens up a bit and says his mother is the one in Canada, but she has her own family there, and his grandmother's last wish was for him to not go there because it could cause trouble for his mother. At home, Jae-young learns a user named Luck Yu is posting negative comments on her novel. While going through them, she suddenly gets scared and anxious and shuts the machine down. The next morning, Haeyoung is at the airport. Jiuk came along because Yiling watched them get on the airport bus together. He asks why she isn't going on this vacation with her mother. She says she loves her mum but doesn't like her. She then gives Jiuk some money and suggests he go to Canada, advising that he live the life he wants rather than what his grandmother wanted. When Haeyoung gets on the flight, she finds an envelope in her purse signed by Jiuk. Inside is some cash and a letter where he wishes her luck and happiness, a wedding gift of sorts. A flashback shows him writing the letter while Haeyoung falls asleep. The scene then shifts to 3 months later. Haeyoung actually ended up winning first place in a company contest and Woo Jae won the second despite stealing her idea. Jae-young has officially signed a contract for an audio version of Spice Up Our Love, her web novel. Her editor tells her that their lawyer is going to serve papers to the person who left those comments on her novel that same day. That person is none other than Go Hyung, who receives a very angry visit from his parents as a result. They tell him to settle the issue quietly. Due to this, Go Hyung is unable to attend the award ceremony of the company contest, where a hall full of employees are waiting. After the ceremony, the employees head out for a team dinner. Haeyoung's colleague tells her to invite her husband, and Haeyoung makes an excuse saying he's visiting his parents in Canada. On her way home, she stops by the store to see Jiuk but mistakes a new employee for him. Turns out, she's been mistaking this new employee for Jiuk for 3 months. She's upset that Jiuk quit without telling her anything. Meanwhile, we see Jiuk sitting next to Haeyoung's mother at the nursing home. The next day, Haeyoung cleans up the mess that Kitty has made in the house, but she hasn't actually seen the cat for days. Haeyoung rants to Hui Seong about Jiuk ghosting her. At the police station, Go Hyung is dressed in worn out clothing, so he comes across as an unemployed bum and nobody recognises him as the CEO. After accepting the defamation charges, he steps outside the police station. Jae-young, who was watching all along, runs straight at him but ends up falling. He sees her phone with her pen name popping up in a text, which alarms Jae-young, so she runs away. Haeyoung gets a frantic call from Jae-young and runs to help. She waits by the police station and happens to see and recognise Go Hyung, but he takes it in his stride. Haeyoung then finds Jae-young hiding in a phone booth. She also gets her phone back from the police. On the way, Haeyoung tells Jae-young that she should have told them this was happening. Elsewhere, Jiuk is walking by the nursing home at night when a mysterious man gets out of a car and asks for him. At work the next day, Haeyoung and her team are setting up their new office. Meanwhile, Haejun has taken the day off to meet Jae-young. Go Hae-young goes downstairs to see this friend and is startled to see Jae-young. Hae-young then goes to a cafe to pick up coffee for her team. When she returns, she sees a group of new hires in the office. Among them is Ji-hyuk. She freezes in shock. He walks up to her and says that he's missed her, which is where episode 4 comes to an end. Compared to yesterday's episode, episode 4 definitely feels a little bit dragged out, particularly the stretch in the middle with no Ji-hyuk. But on the whole, it's a pretty decent episode that has Hae-young and Ji-hyuk get through the night at the hotel, wrap up their marriage contract and go their separate ways. Shin Min-ah and Kim Young-dae really flaunt their chemistry in this episode with that tantalising scene in the hotel room. They knock it out of the park, and honestly I can't wait for more of this one. The rest of the episode underlines how much we don't know about Ji-hyuk and his connection to Hae-young's past. While the mystery is intriguing, I hope it doesn't overshadow the growing connection between our main leads, which is absolutely crackling and one of the standout elements of this romantic comedy. The storyline about Jae-young and Go Hae-young is less compelling in comparison, but Lee Sang-yi and Hang Ji-hyung play their characters with such earnestness that it makes you want to see where this is going. There's still so much we don't know, like what was the comment that affected Jae-young so much, and why? Meanwhile, Hui Seong barely gets any screen time this episode, but the mystery about her relationship continues. There's definitely plenty to think about while we wait a whole week for the next episode. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.